The fluorescent lights of the old Memphis wrestling arena flickered, casting long shadows across the concrete floor. Jim Cornette leaned against a rusted folding chair in the promoter's office, his sharp eyes scanning a crumpled ledger. The numbers didn't add up, and the air smelled of stale beer and betrayal. It was 1994, and the wrestling world was a carnival of chaos, where deals were cut in smoky backrooms and loyalty was as flimsy as the paper contracts they were written on. Barbed wire matches, Cornette muttered, tossing the ledger onto the desk. They're selling blood like it's cheap whiskey. He'd seen it all in his years managing Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Promoters promising big paydays to wrestlers who'd risk life and limb in death matches, only to pocket the lion's share while performers limped away with scars and empty wallets. The latest rumor was uglier than most. A crooked deal involving barbed wire bought on the cheap from a local hardware store, passed off as authentic to hype a grudge match. The profits, they said, were funneled to a shady promoter named Vic Malone, a man with a smile like a snake and a rap sheet to match. Cornette's right-hand man, a wiry ex-wrestler named Tommy, burst through the door, his face flushed. "Jim, you ain't gonna believe this. I overheard Malone's boys at the bar. They're not just skimming. They're selling the same damn barbed wire to multiple promotions, claiming it's from legendary matches. They're even pocketing donations meant for Sabu's medical bills." Cornette's jaw tightened. Sabu, a lunatic in the ring but a good kid, had nearly bled out in a barbed wire cage match last month. The fans thought their money was helping him recover. Instead, it was lining Malone's pockets. "That's low," Cornette growled. "Even for this business." He decided to dig deeper. Late that night, he and Tommy tailed one of Malone's goons to a warehouse on the edge of town. Inside, under dim halogen lights, they found spools of barbed wire stacked like hay bales, some still tagged with Tractor Supply price stickers. A ledger on a nearby table listed names of wrestlers, promotions, and dollar amounts. Proof of the scam. Cornette's blood boiled. This wasn't just about money. It was about exploiting the men who broke their bodies for crowds' cheers. "Tommy, grab that ledger," Cornette whispered. They slipped out unnoticed, but not before Cornette left a calling card. A single strand of barbed wire coiled on Malone's desk, a warning that someone was onto him. The next week, Cornette took the evidence to a trusted reporter from the Wrestling Observer. The story broke wide open, headlines screaming about the barbed wire racket. Fans were outraged, and promoters who'd been in on the deal scrambled to cover their tracks. Malone vanished, but not before the FBI started sniffing around his operation. Tipped off by an anonymous source, Cornette swore it wasn't him, but his smirk told another story. At the next Smoky Mountain show, Cornette stepped into the ring, mic in hand. The crowd roared, expecting his usual firebrand promo. Instead, he spoke quietly. "This business is built on blood and trust." Some folks forgot the trust part. Not anymore. He didn't name names, but the fans knew. They chanted Sabu's name, and for once, the cheers felt clean. Backstage, Sabu, still bandaged, shook Cornette's hand. "Thanks, Jim. Didn't think anyone cared." Cornette shrugged. Someone's got to keep this circus honest. The barbed wire deals faded into wrestling lore, a cautionary tale agreed in a world already bleeding. Cornette never got a thank you from the industry, but he didn't need one. He'd done what he always did, called it like he saw it, and damn the consequences.